Genesis, Wind and Wuthering, right now on States and Kingdoms. Welcome back to States and Kingdoms. Today we're talking about Wind Wuthering by Genesis from 1976, their second album that they released that year.
That's true.
After Trick of the Tail. Mm-hmm. Last album to feature Steve Hackett.
That's right.
And one of my faves.
After Lamb Lies Down Broadway, which we're going to be talking about this week.
Yep. In two parts.
And hopefully they're good.
They are. I saw them.
We haven't done them yet.
I'm being positive.
No, after Peter Gabriel, but after they prove that they can move with A Trick of the Tail, they do this album. Like 11 months later, basically. It's within a year.
Yeah. This
album comes out, and it's a marvelous album. I mean, it's fantastic.
It's gorgeous.
It's again, like we keep saying, like every Genesis record is its own thing. They're all unique. They all have similar qualities, and you could see a progression, but sometimes they don't progress normally.
No, like some albums are like a few steps back, and the next one is like...
Yeah, it's a little bit more like...
I went like this, and I said back, but
it's okay.
So reverse it.
It's fine.
This was really the second album that I listened to when I was really getting into Genesis. I started with Lamb Lies Down on Broadway, and then I got this. Mm-hmm. And they're very different.
Well, yeah.
But whatever that Genesis thing is, and we know what it is, but, whatever that is,
they're extremely different,
I love it.
Actually.
They are very different.
Which is interesting. But anyway, what we're saying is that, like, this album has a little bit more, it's, very, very English. You could say a little bit more melancholy, a little bit more mellow.
Yeah, it's moody.
Melancholy.
It's definitely moody and definitely on the melancholy side. There's a sadness and like a heaviness to a lot of these songs.
Which is a little bit more like a couple of earlier records, but not like Trick of the Tail or Lamb Lies Down on Broadway.
No.
So it's just really interesting. This is what they made at that time. It opens with 11th Earl of Mar, which is such a Genesis type of a song. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's like an old broadside ballad. An incredible opening to the song. They do song and album openings very well.
They do. They're always exciting and just like grab you.
Yeah.
And the drums again. We don't have to say it, but the drumming and the vocals throughout are awesome.
This song is interesting because I mean maybe it's just me, but it really does seem to mirror itself perfectly.
Yeah.
You have the middle section, which is acoustic, and I believe Steve Hackett wrote. And then the second part of the song like mirrors the first part, musically.
Yeah, kind of like the same way that it like built up to the main chunk of the song. It kind of like dissipates on its way out.
It's a really good opening. One for the Vine is just one of their classic songs. I mean, it's a perfect Banksian song.
Yeah, it's got some really beautiful moments. Really beautiful.
Just the way that his songs like bloom. And his subject matter, I mean, it's always intriguing, and that's there the whole time. Mm-hmm. The songs about, well, I mean, in this case, I guess you could call it a false prophet, or a forced prophet, maybe, mm-hmm. And or a haunted house, or all the things that he writes about,
botanical monsters,
still allowing you sort of. The story being important, but still allowing you to invest kind of emotionally in it without knowing every particular or, still mm-hmm. being sort of abstract enough. He's just very, very, very good at that.
Yeah, he's fascinating. I mean, it's like the perfect example of a very intelligent person being interested in lots of things and bringing them into his music with, he's a great lyricist. Yeah. And like we're always saying that Tony Banks isn't getting the credit that he deserves.
No, he really doesn't.
Ever.
It's also a very cinematic song to me. It's just a wonderful song. It's really, I mean, it's only 10 minutes. I know, I mean, only 10 minutes, but it's only 10 minutes.
Yeah.
There's a lot in this.
But his songs always have so much, like, dynamic stuff. And there's always a point where there's, like, a place to rest. There's always like a moment where like it like ramps up, and then all of a sudden like things clear away, and then it kind of like changes into something else. I mean, it's never formulaic.
No.
But his songs are just always changing.
Yeah. Your Own Special Way does stand out a little bit. I mean, not stand out. I mean, kind of stick out. Because, I mean, it fits in, musically it fits in
Sure.
really fine. I'm not, it's got some really nice sections to it. It's
Lovely.
A great melody. I mean, certainly very catchy melody. But after a song, 11th Johnny of Mar and One for the Vine, I mean, this is really such a simple, personal love song.
It's total love song, and it's fairly straightforward, like rock and roll love song.
Yeah.
It has some nice changes, and like you said, lovely melody and some really sweet moments. But yeah, it's just very straightforward and honest.
With Follow You, Follow Me getting kind of pointed at. I'm not sure why this doesn't get pointed at more because
this is obviously the precursor to that song.
This pointed him.
He's too tall to point at. This is 100% like the precursor to Follow You, Follow Me, and I don't know why people always use that song to be like, oh, there's the single.
Yeah, because I mean, clearly it was coming.
Yeah, it's all
from
over.
This song.
It's all over the place.
There's really like the part in The Birds when the woman is I think you're responsible for all this.
And
you have like Genesis fans,
I want to hit them all.
Approaching Mike Rutherford. No, but anyway, it's a great song. It does kind of stick out on this album though because it is the only and kind of the first such song, and it's interesting that it's the third song. I think it's a great song.
It is.
And
it's lovely.
What Gorilla?
Again, you're calling me names.
This is just a marvel at Phil Collins' drumming. I really, it's actually great. There are a lot of instrumentals on this, and
because Peter isn't around to like sing over every song and turn everything.
Every
into
time
a song
before
with
they would
lyrics.
do an instrumental, you just sing over it. This is a good instrumental, but I mean, really, it is like a reprise. But his drumming actually is just stunning. Mm-hmm.
It's a complicated song, and it just...
He makes it all look so easy.
Every movement is so perfectly punctuated, and he just keeps it all
I was going to say, I was even thinking, because listening to some other later Genesis, that I feel like really at this point, it was his drumming that started changing, the songs. I mean, not, just him arranging sort of songs around the drums. I mean, because at this point... his drumming is absolutely virtuosically phenomenal, and so I just feel like it's it wasn't that he was writing songs or even the way he was singing, because he really on this as on A Trick of the Tail, he still sounds the way he would sing when he sang all those other songs with Peter Gabriel, but the drumming starts to become a real center of of the song, and really I feel like I hear that very much on the next album. Anyway.
All in a Mouse's Night.
All in a Mouse's Night is a fascinating song, and this is their kind of sense of humor for one thing, and and it's a wonderful piece of music. I know the kind of sigh, the harmonized sigh is a wonderful kind of hook, even it just
I love it.
Very memorable. The ending is awesome.
That's a good way to say it, the harmonized sigh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ending is just absolutely awesome, and it's all about a cat and mouse chase.
It's all very, very serious and very important.
And, I like that. I know some people wouldn't, I'm sure it'd be like, give it a more profound subject, but I don't know, really, if you're a mouse, this is a serious song. I
mean, if you've ever seen An American Tail, then I don't know why you would take this lightly.
It's true.
So the Great Mouse of Minsk.
Talk to Don Bluth. Anyway, the ending is such a wonderful piece of music, and the guitar is right there as it should be. Sometimes, in Genesis records, you're like,
oh, there it is,
Steve. But it's it's there on this album.
Blood on the Rooftops is my favorite song on this record, and one of my favorites. I've always loved this song. I think it's
interesting.
Just so supremely gorgeous. I love everything about the chord structures and the way it moves, and just everything that Steve and Phil put together here is perfection. Like every single movement, every single sequence, and it's just for my ears, all I hear is beauty.
It is a beautiful song, and great guitar in the beginning, beautiful, and the way it just kind of everything joins together. Guitar, vocals, then the mellotron, assuming it's a mellotron, comes in, and it is. It's a wonderful song.
Every part of the song I love, every part.
And the chorus is great.
Yeah, and you
like
know
an
how
ascending line, the way he sings, it's wonderful.
Yeah, and you know how much I love it because I overlooked the title.
Oh, yeah, Blood. Roof on the Blood Tops.
That sounds gross. So then you've got the last three songs that take you out of the album.
Unquiet Slumbers for the Sleepers, In That Quiet Earth, and Afterglow.
Yeah. So they're linked.
So 2 instrumentals and
a wordy one.
A non-instrumental.
One wordy.
This is one of the best. One of the best sequences they ever did. I love this. It's exciting. They're all different in their way. Obviously, Unquiet Slumbers for the Sleepers is not very long. Mm-hmm. It's just kind of a nice melody, and then In That Quiet Earth is not quiet. It's really, really great. Very interesting, very dynamic. Mm-hmm. And the building up of that, and then just kind of opening up into Afterglow like that is just perfect. And and Afterglow is, it's a fairly straightforward song from Tony Banks, really, and just kept it simple and perfect.
Awesome. It feels like a perfect resolution to the album. It just makes everything feel wrapped up and complete, and it's beautiful, and it kind of like touches on some of the things from early in the album, perfect way.
It is, though, compared to A Trick of the Tail, it is a more kind of melancholy album. It's not the cover. I'm not being influenced by the cover. I try not to be, but
it's so great.
But it is kind of, and Trick of the Tail is, pretty bouncy.
Yeah, because A Trick of the Tail, you've got a frivolous kind of songs, and you don't have that on this at all.
No, it's definitely more meditative, but absolutely beautiful, stunning album. 2 perfect records in a year. Mm-hmm. That's not done by many.
That's why Genesis is so special.
Well done.
Well done, guys. Well done. So thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to let us know what you think of this album in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe, and stay tuned here at States and Kingdoms for more videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We'll see you next time.